Hello, this is Eric with Ben's Brick Store. Today I wanted to film a short tutorial on how you can shop from our Bricklink store for either a local pickup order or to have us shipped to you. Essentially, Bricklink is a marketplace for buying and selling Lego parts, minifigures, and sets. Pretty much anything Lego has ever made can be found on Bricklink. The site was founded in the year 2000 by someone named Daniel Jezik. He passed away several years ago. His parents continued to operate the site, and then they sold it to someone else. And then it was acquired by the Lego Group back at the end of 2019. There are currently over 18,000 stores worldwide on Bricklink, including 6,000 in the US. This is just stores that have their stores open right now. So there's probably a whole lot more stores that just happen to be closed for whatever reason. They're on vacation or inventory updates and things like that. And there's also 1.4 billion items available on Bricklink. It's not necessarily the most user-friendly site, that's for sure, but there's a lot you can do with it once you get to know it. To find our Bricklink store, the easiest way is if you go to our website, bensbrickstore.com, you can click on the link at the top of the page. You can also see we have a Shop Now link here on the page. That'll take you into all of the sets that we have on display in our store. But for Bricklink, either click the link on the top, or the other way you can find our Bricklink page is on bricklink.com. If you navigate to the Market menu up here, hit Stores in USA, and we'll be down here under Massachusetts, Ben's Brick Store. We are right there. And then you would just click on that and it would take you into our page. The third way is you can hit once you go into the Market page to Stores or the Stores in USA, you'll see the Find Stores link right here. And you can just find stores by store name. Just make sure you use the apostrophe, otherwise it pulls up a store in Germany, I think. Hit go, and that's us. You just click the link right there, and now you're on our Bricklink store. So like I said, the easiest way is probably just from bensbrickstore.com, or you can also save this link. Now once you're in our Bricklink page, you can also click up here and you can favorite our store, and you can put in a comment. You can dislike our store if you really feel inclined to. It's totally up to you, and we as a seller, we can't see anything about who likes or who dislikes our store. All we can see is our feedback. Now also another thing that I always recommend to anybody who's new to Bricklink, when you're looking at shopping from somebody on Bricklink, it's always a good idea to check their terms page as well as their feedback, just so you have a sense of what you're getting into. Okay, so that's where our feedback is. Now, going back to our store page. So once you're on our store page, here's our store terms. You see our splash page here, just a little bit of information about us. And then ultimately you're going to go to the shop tab here. Below the shop tab, there's 4 options. Featured, that shows some items that we have featured at the time. Mostly collectible minifigures are in there right now. All items, newest items, and then wanted list. Wanted list, the wanted list feature is something I'll be covering on another video soon. So the other thing you can do here is you can do a search. If you know the item you're looking for, you can sort by either new or used condition. You can click to see what items are on sale. And you can click this all filters drop down. Once you do that, you'll see you can filter item types. So you can select to see just parts, or sets, etc. You can also choose different categories. Now this is maybe a little less useful because this is going to show an entire list of all of the categories on Bricklink, not necessarily categories that we have in our store. So like if I go to, I know we don't have anything from Tangled. Yeah, see, it's blank. Oh, it's still filtered to parts. If you want to undo a filter, you can just hit the X. You can also hit clear all and it'll clear it out. So yeah, and then colors. And again, these drop downs are showing all colors that are available on Bricklink. Same with all years available on Bricklink. So you may or may not get any results. And then what's more useful is you can filter to different quantities. You can either put a minimum quantity, a maximum quantity, minimum price, or a maximum price. One area where this has proved useful in the store is sometimes someone will be looking for a minifigure and they don't want to spend more than $10. So you can put $10 here and you can filter to minifigures, and then you'll see all the minifigures that are in your price range. And then you can also, well, I'll get to that in a moment, but you can show or hide custom items. We don't have very many custom items in the store, so that's not really much of an issue. A super lot is also something we don't have very many of. It's basically different items combined into one larger item. Tiered lots are sometimes there's something that we have in very large quantity, so we'll offer a bulk price where so like in this case, if you buy 10 or more, you get a price break, and then further price breaks for 20 or 30, and that might depend on what it is. These are just minifigures, but for some of the parts, it might be you have to buy 100 or 200 to get to that tiered price. So the next one here is bulk lots. It's not a feature we use generally, but basically a bulk lot is a way to require purchasing something in a certain quantity or increment. So if this had a bulk lot of 10, you'd see a parentheses next to the number here, and it would say 10x, and that would mean you have to purchase 10, 20, 30, or 40 of them, but then you wouldn't be able to purchase those last 7, and that's one of the reasons I don't find it that helpful. Basically, in order to sell those last 7, I would need to remove the bulk lot from the listing. But it can be handy for some parts, like 2-cent Technic pins. You could pre-bag them in quantities of 50 or 100 or something like that. So some sellers do use it in that way. But coming back over to here, the next thing on the list, hide categories that return no search results. That just removes things from the list down here that don't apply to your search results. And then the hide items if have quantity is greater than or equal to wanted quantity is something that's extremely useful if you're looking at a wanted list. But we don't have any wanted lists on here, so I'll show that on another video. So if we remove these filters, and I wanted to mention we also have these 2 custom items that I set up a while ago. It was an idea I got from another seller. This is if you forget an item. This more applies to orders that are going to ship, but this is something you can add to the cart just to basically get around the minimums. And then there's also the minimum min buy or average lot bypass. We have a 69-cent average lot value on the store right now, and then there's also a minimum buy of 69 cents. This basically helps us account for our time. On Bricklink, you're only paying for the cost of the item. You don't pay for the labor. Unlike at the auto mechanic, where you're paying the parts cost as well as $90-something an hour for labor. And picking orders can be extremely time consuming. So this just helps us set sort of a baseline. And we're just trying to avoid the types of orders where it's a very low dollar value, but could take hours and hours to pick. We just don't have time for that. So it's just something that has worked well for us, and it's not always the most popular, but it works for us. So then coming down here further on this list, you can see there's various categories. You can minimize these if they're in the way and you want to get down further below. But there's all the sets here, parts, and then all these different categories. So if you know a specific category you're looking for, you can click on, say, antennas here. There's all the different antennas. You can also, this is handy sometimes, you can click by color, and that'll show you all the colors that we have in stock. You can also even just click on the category, the item type up here, and you'll see all the parts, but that would take you a long time to get through. Further down, here's all the minifigures that are in stock. So you can go to specific themes for specific categories for the minifigures. Books, gear, catalogs, instructions, borrowed door boxes, oh, we do have one super lot down here, it looks like. Oh yeah, this was an item. These pieces were actually apparently glued together. So this was two parts that would normally be sold separately, but because I can't separate them, I listed them together. And then if you click the View Super Lot, there's a pop-up that comes up. You might not be able to see this on the video, but basically it shows both of these two items together as part of Super Lot number 72755. Contains 2 lots / 2 items, and then it shows the total price of $576. So next, I'm going to go back up to a parts category. I'll just go into bricks here. On the top here, there's a drop down for 10, 25, 50, or 100 lots shown per page. The default is probably 25 unless you change it in your settings once you create a Bricklink account. Then sort by, and I know the drop down menu doesn't show up in the video when I click on it, but the choices are item name, then color, item number, then color, condition, then item name, color, then item name, price, quantity, sale amount, and date added to the store. So if I filter by quantity, then you can change up or down. And then you can also adjust the view. And then you can also, if you're looking for a specific size of something, you can go into the search 2x4 brick. Or if you know your item number that you're looking for, say maybe I'm looking for 18892. You can put in Bricklink item IDs into the search bar, and you can also put in Lego element ID numbers, which are usually a 7-digit number. It should recognize those as well. So if you have the numbers of items you need from the back of an instruction book, that should work. So let's start adding a few items to the cart, and we can go through the checkout process. Just completely at random. doesn't really matter. Then you can hit the cart button here, or you can also go into your carts up here. For whatever reason, you get a little bit more information from there. So then view cart, and then we would proceed to checkout. Now, let's say, let's see, if I remove that minifigure. So right now we're still over the minimum average. I just want to show what some options are if you're not over the minimum average. So say I was only getting 5 of these, and 1 of those. All right, so yeah, now it says minimum average lot value of 69 cents has not been met. We generally do not give out bypass passwords because it basically defeats the purpose. But it's really easy to, as you probably saw from how I had the cart to begin with, it's really easy to get around that. And that can be by increasing quantities of certain things. I try to, see, there we go. It's as simple as that. Just needed to get 4 of the bricks. So I try to suggest that you can try to stock up on things that you know you'll need again down the road. So the Technic pin example for might be something where your build you're doing right now might call for 4 Technic pins, but you're probably going to need them on another project down the road. So you could stock up and increase items that way, or adding a minifigure would also do the trick. Basically, it doesn't mean that you have to have every item over 69 cents. It just means that on average, enough items need to be over the 69 to balance out anything that's under the 69. So then we can proceed to cart. It'll show you our store terms. Agree and continue. That's our business address there, which is publicly available on Google Maps. Continue. And then you can choose payment, either PayPal or credit and debit. And then shipping methods. If you're local to us, you can select local pickup, and then there won't be any shipping charge. And then we'll let you know when the order is ready and you can come pick it up. We do have somewhat limited hours, but you can also, we can certainly make an appointment outside of those hours. It's just the posted hours are when we're consistently here, and we're often here outside those hours. So it's really not a problem to arrange a time to meet if that doesn't work. And then you would just place the order. Now, if you do a request invoice order, after you place the order, you won't actually, it won't prompt you to pay right away. You have to wait for us to send an invoice, and then once we send you the invoice, then you'll get a prompt to pay when you log in. One thing that's important to do is to go into your settings, and under My Contact settings, make sure that you have received contact messages to both email and My Messages, and also receive invoices to both email and My Messages, because that's a common thing when someone is new, I think, where they might be getting messages within the Bricklink system, but they don't realize it because they're not logging in very often. So this way you'll make sure that you get an email as well as a message. So that's just about it. Another thing to show you is we offer coupons for repeat buyers. Once you mark an order complete and leave feedback, you'll receive a coupon depending on what the order value is. So it'll be a 1% or 2%, 5%, 7%, or 10% coupon. Sometimes it does take us a little while to issue the coupons. We tend to do it every couple of weeks. So if you're looking to place another order and we haven't sent you a coupon that we owe you, just shoot us a message. So to redeem a coupon, go through here to the payment, and you should see a drop-down menu option here. If there's a coupon, it'll be right here. So here I've applied a 10% coupon just for demonstration. And then select and continue. The local pickup, also to clarify, the local pickup option is also a type of request and invoice option. These two options on the bottom here pretty much function the same way. So if occasionally somebody who's intending for us to ship their order accidentally uses the local pickup option, it really doesn't matter. We just see that their address is in, say, Arizona, and we add the shipping and process it accordingly. So I'm going to go ahead and place this order. Okay, and then you'll see the order information. You can then click on the order details, and then you'll see the order status is pending. So after you've placed your order, fairly quickly we will send you the invoice, assuming it was a local pickup order. There'll be 0 shipping, and once you receive the invoice, you should get an email if you've adjusted your settings accordingly, or if not, you'll at least get a message within Bricklink. You'll see the invoice message in here, and then if you click on that message, you'll see a payment prompt right here at the top of the invoice. You can also click through the email copy of the invoice that you get, and it'll take you to this. If you click the pay link, that will take you to pay via PayPal or the credit card processing if you chose that option. You can also click to view the order here, and you'll see the payment prompt on this page. You can also click on orders placed up here, and you'll see a screen with all of your orders. You can also find that by going into the My Bricklink drop down and click on orders. That'll take you to the same page as this right here. Once you have paid for the order, then this will change to green, and it'll show that you've paid, and then we get to work packing your order, and we'll message you when it's ready. Now this, where it says ready right here, that basically means ready for payment. If you click this question mark, you'll see these are what all the order statuses mean. So ready means items in order verified, shipping or any additional costs added, seller sends an invoice to the buyer. It doesn't mean it's ready for pickup, it just means it's ready for payment. There's not really a good option on Bricklink for designating something as ready to pick up, because probably 99% of the orders that go through Bricklink are shipped, not local pickup type orders. But anyways, so once it's paid, we'll get it packed up. We'll mark that it's packed, and we'll send you a message. Once you have picked up your order and checked it, and you're happy with it and whatever, then you can mark the order as completed. You can also mark the order as received when you've received your package but haven't had a chance to verify it. That's sort of more optional. The important thing is to mark it complete once you're all happy with it. If there's any issues with an order on Bricklink, or really any online platform, it's always better to message the seller and resolve those issues before just resorting to leaving somebody bad feedback. most sellers out there will bend over backwards to resolve an issue. So once you're happy with the order, you can also provide feedback. And then once you've marked the order complete and left feedback, then we do send a coupon. It can take us a little while sometimes to get around to sending those coupons. So just shoot us a message if you're waiting for the coupon because you're trying to place another order. And that's about it for this video. The next video I'm planning to make is to go over how the wanted list feature works. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching.